Hey, hi everyone. I'm Ganesh. I'm going to represent the next video on analog and digital electronics. In this video, we are going to see product of sum, that is POS form. Myself, Ganesh, and Naina madam will going to present the product of sum. What are the learning outcomes? At the end of this presentation, learner will be able to define, classify product of sum, develop output equation in max terms form. This is very important, max terms form. Write POS in max terms form. Implement circuit using OR and AND gate. Okay, so how to implement that we are going to see in this particular video. So let's begin. Okay, so let's begin to this next. Okay, so before proceeding further, let's understand what is a SOP and what is a POS. So here I am quoting two examples in front of you. In this first example, it is 2 plus 3 into 4 plus 5. This is the POS form or SOP form. Means I am saying that this is the product of sums or sum of products. Okay, so we have to recognize this is what is the type of this equation. Next equation is 2 into 3 plus 4 into 5. We have to recognize whether this is a POS or SOP. You can pause the video and recognize the type of equation. Hope you recognize your answer correctly. Let me proceed further. See, in the first example, it is 2 plus 3 and 4 plus 5. So first we are doing the sum because sum is given in the bracket. So first we are doing the sum and then we are taking the product. So is it a sum of product or product of sum? So that is necessary to understand. While reading this, we have to read in opposite way. That is, it is the product of sums because there are two sum terms. So it is a product of sums. Similarly, in the second term, so if we look into the second term, okay, in the second term it is 2 into 3 and 4 into 5. First we are taking the product and then we are summing it. Hence it is called as the sum of product. Okay, so while reading this is exactly opposite as the performance. Okay, performing we are performing product first and then sum, then it is called as sum of products. And here we are performing sum first and then we are doing product, then it is called as product of sums. So exactly opposite thing. So please don't get confused between the SOP terms and POS terms. Okay, so now henceforward we are going to use this short form SOP and POS. Let us understand what is the sum term. In the digital electronics, what is the sum? In the digital electronics, sum means OR. Okay, sum means ORing of the operation. So what is exactly sum? The output of product is high. The output of product is high. Okay, sorry, this is not the product. The output of sum. Okay, the output of sum is high only when any one input are high. Okay, if any one input are high, so suppose I have a two input A and input B. Okay, so if A and B, in between these two, if any input is high, the output will be high. So such gate is called as the OR gate. Okay, so this operation is called as the ORing operation. So let's understand how it is implemented and how equations will be written for ORing operation. Let there are the two inputs A and B. So output to the input to the OR gate is A and B, and output will be equal to A plus B. So here there are two inputs. So there are total possible 4 combinations. So how to recognize the combinations? Suppose there are two input, means 2 raised to 2. Okay. So it gives you 4. So total combinations are 4. So 4 combinations are there. So 0 into 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1. 1 plus 1, then output is 1. So this is the ORing operation. If any one in this input is present or both input is present, output is present. Okay, so let's understand. Here I'm posing one question to you, that is the reflection spot. So you have to guess the outputs in the following equation. So here there are the 4 equations. You have to guess the output. Pause the video for some duration and write down the answers on the paper. Hope you got the answers correctly. Okay, let's discuss the answers. So what are the answers? A plus 1. So if A is one input and another input is 1, as one input is always 1, so output is again equal to 1. It is called as annulment law. A plus 0. So anything added to the 0 will remain that term only. So suppose A is 0, then output is 0. A is 1, then output is 1. That is called as identity law because it is depending upon the input. Next is A plus A. So suppose A is equal to 0, 0 plus 0, 0. A is equal to 1, 1 plus 1, 1. So it is called as the idempotent law. Okay. The next one is A plus A dash. A plus A dash. Suppose A is 1, A dash is the complement. Okay. A dash or A bar. Something it is written as A bar or A dash. Okay. In some book it is written as A bar. Okay. So I am taking it as A dash. So A into A dash is equal to 1 because A is equal to 0, A dash is 1. So 0 plus 1, 1, or A is equal to 1, A dash is equal to 0. So 0 plus 1, output is getting 1. So this is called as the complement law. Next we'll understand what is the product terms. Product means ANDed. The output of product is high only when all input to it are high. In the product, when high input is given to the all inputs, then only the output will be high. Let us consider there are the two inputs. So I have a two inputs A and B. So if there are the two inputs A and B, the output will be equal to product of these two inputs, that is A into B. So let's check in the truth table. Suppose we have a two input A and B. So we'll take a combination 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So if we take a product 0 into 0, 0, 0 into 1, 0, 1 into 0, 0, 1 into 1, the output will be 1. When both inputs are present, then only you will get the corresponding output and the expression will be mentioned as A into B. Okay, so expression will be mentioned as A into B. So again here we have a reflection spot. Pause the video and guess the output of this equation. So here there are A into 1, A into 0, A into A and A into A dash. So pause the video and guess the answer. Hope you got the answer. So A into 1. Okay. So it is A into 1. As one input is always 1, so output is depending upon A. So A into 1, suppose A is 0, output is 0. A is 1, output is 1. So it is A into 1 is always equal to 1. It is called as identity law. A into 0. See that one input is always going to remain 0. So output is always 0. It is called as annulment law. A into A. So A is equal to 0, 0 into 0, 0. 1 into 1, 1. So A into A is always equal to A. So it is called as the idempotent law. Next, A into A dash. A is 0, A dash is 1. So 0 into 1, 0 or 1 into 0, 0. So it is called as the complement law. Okay. So hope you got the correct answers for these questions. Then after studying the what is the product and what is the sum, now we will define product of sums. So let's see the definition. It is the logical expression. So see, very important word. It is a logical expression in Boolean algebra where all input terms are OR first. So see, OR, all inputs are OR first and then product together. All inputs are OR first and then it is product together. Then it is called as the product of sum. Okay, product of sum. First the sum is taken, that is ORing is done, and next is the product is taken. It is also abbreviated as a POS. In digital circuit, sum means ORed. Okay, that is sum means ORed, and in digital circuit product means ANDed, that is product means ANDed. So if we make the combination of these two, so A into B, combination of these two AB, suppose we have to input AB. First I am doing the ORing. See, in the first logical gate, okay, so in the first logical gate I am okay, so I will change the color of pen. Okay, in the first logical gate the input is A B, and second logical gate input is A and B is complemented. So here the input is A and here input is B dash. Okay, so what will be the output of first gate? First gate is a plus b, and second output is a b dash. Okay, second output is a b dash. So obviously these two outputs are ANDed together. So output is a into b, a plus b into a plus b dash. Okay, a plus b dash. So this here, if you see the it is summed together. First terms are summed and then it is taken as a product. Hence it is called as the product of sums. Okay, so this is the POS form. Let's see how we can implement the POS in max term form. So what is the max terms that we will see in the definition? Max terms in the POS, it is the minimum combination of input are low when output will be low. See, it is very difficult to understand this definition from the words. So we will see in the example what exactly they want to see. That is, minimum combination of the inputs are low when the output will be low. So we have to take low inputs to produce the low output. Okay, in the SOP exactly different, high input high output. In POS it is low input low output. So keep in mind this, you have to keep in mind, and then we can proceed. Next, the OR gate is provided false. Okay, so here OR gate, we know that OR gate will provide the false. If anyone is input is present, the output will be present. So if all inputs are absent, then output is also absent. So such logical gate is OR. So max terms can be implemented using OR, and the max terms is OR of any complemented, otherwise non-complemented inputs, complemented or non-complemented inputs. Okay, so from this it is difficult to understand. Let us see the definition. Here I want to write down the max terms. Max terms are indicated by the capital letter M, and its symbol, the pi symbol, is used because we are going to take the max terms product at the end. So pi symbol is used. See that here input is 0, 0, 0. X, Y, Z are the inputs. Okay, so these are the inputs. So I want to represent the max terms M0. So suppose I have a OR gate with 3 inputs. I have a OR gate with 3 inputs, and I want the combination such that the output should be going to remain 0. So here all inputs are 0. X is 0, Y is 0, Z is 0. As all inputs are 0, the output is also going to remain a 0. So the max term is equal to X plus Y plus Z. That is a simply addition. Here it is 0, 0, 1. So now Z is equal to 1. That is third input is equal to 1. As the Z is equal to 1, output will produce 1, but I don't want output 1. I want the output 0. So what I have to do? I have to take the complement of the Z. So here I have to make it as a Z dash. Instead of Z, I have to make it as a Z dash. Hence, the output will be for this. Then only it will produce a 0. Then the output term will be X plus Y plus Z dash. Okay, here we have to take the Z dash because Z is equal to 1. We have to make this as a 0 to produce the output 0. Similarly, here Y is equal to 1. So now this is 0 and this. Okay, let me delete this, then we will see. So this is now 1, sorry, this is now 0, this is 1, this is 0. Okay, so this is directly connected, this is not. Okay, directly connected. So 0, 1, 0. So to produce the output 0, I have to take this Y complement, this I have to take Y dash, so that equation will become X plus Y dash plus Z. Likewise, from M0 to M7 we can prepare equation. See, here all inputs are 1. So to produce the, when all inputs are 1, 1, 1, we have to take the complement of each input to produce the output 0. Okay, so output must be low in this case. Keep in mind, output must be low in all the cases. Okay, so here we studied how these max terms are written into the POS form. Max terms are written into the POS form. So now we will see how to combine all this term. So how to write down the POS equation? So max terms is equal to pi. Okay, that is a product. It indicates the product. M0, M1, M2, M3. This is a capital. In a SOP we are using the small m. Here we are using the capital M, and here it is a product sum product. There we are taking the summation. Okay, X plus Y. M0 means X plus Y plus Z. Each term is multiplied by X plus Y plus Z dash, then X plus Y dash plus Z. x plus y dash z, all terms are multiplied. These all terms are multiplied together. So let's see the example how to develop the POS equation in input and output form. Then we will better understand how to write down the POS equation. So max terms in POS. Let there are two inputs provided to the digital circuit, and the output and input and output relation is given in the table. So see that here two inputs are given A, B, and the output is equal to Y. I want to write down the max term equation. So input is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And corresponding outputs in the digital circuit is given as Y is equal to 0. When input is 0, 1, output is 1. When input is 1, 0, output is 1. Input is 1, input is 1, 1, output is 0. So we have to concentrate where the output is equal to 0. So don't consider the term where output is equal to 1. So we have to discard these two terms, because here output is equal to 1 in max term output 0 is required. Keep in mind output must be 0. So we can say that these two terms are going to be absent. So this term is going to be present. So to get the output 0, we have to take A plus B. Here both inputs are 1, 1, but I want the output 0. So when it is connected to the OR gate, okay, so 1, 1, but output, I need output 0. So I have to take the complement of these two. Okay, so that is indicate it is A dash plus B dash. Okay, so here it is M4. I can say it is a M3, not it is M0. It is M3 term. Okay, so likewise I have prepared which terms are present and which terms are absent in the max terms form. Now let us write down the equation for this. So output y, in the output y only which terms are present? The output y, the term present, sorry, I have written incorrectly here. The output y, the M0 and M3 term is present. Okay, M0 and M3 term is present. That is A plus B into A dash plus B dash. M0 plus M3 term is present. So to implement this, we require one OR gate for this, one OR gate for this, and for each we require two input. And these both outputs are ANDed together. Means I require one two input AND gate and two OR gate with two inputs. So how we can implement this circuit? Okay, so how we can implement this circuit? In the first one, in the first logical gate, we have to take both input A, B, then output is equal to A plus B. In the second OR gate, we have to take the complement of A and complement of B. That is, we have to complement the A and complement the B. So output will be equal to A dash plus B dash. And these both outputs are ANDed together using the AND gate to get the output of Y is equal to A plus B into A dash plus B dash. Okay, so hope you understand how to write down the POS equations. Okay, so please consider that I have made the mistake in this slide. Here it is M3 and here it is also M0 and M3, not M1 and M2. Okay, so let's proceed further. Now what is the next problem? Of following, we have to, now this is problem for you. For the following output, write the output in max terms form. Also recognize which and how many logic gates are required to implement this format. Okay, so here I have three inputs X, Y and Z. See how three inputs X, Y and Z. These three inputs are given to you. You have to recognize X, Y, Z, and corresponding outputs are given. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Likewise, the combination is given. So there are the three inputs, means 2 raised to 3, that is total 8 combinations are there. So input having the 8 combinations, and corresponding output is given in the digital circuit. So we have to concentrate on this. Okay, so you have to implement. So pause the video for some duration and write down the first max terms. Okay, so you have to write down the max terms. Okay. Okay, hope you have written the max terms correctly. So what I have suggested, where the output is 1, discard that term. So here the output is 1, so we have to discard that term. Where the output is 0, I have to write down the equation for that term. So see here 0 0 0 output is 0, so x plus y plus z, so it is m0. So I can say that this term is equal to m0. Okay, this term is equal to m1, this term is equal to m3, and this term is equal to m5. Okay, so m0, m1, m3 and m5 is present. So to get the output m0, x plus y plus z, to get the output m1, it is 0 plus 0 plus 1. Here it is a 1, so it must be taken as a complement. So x plus y plus z dash. For this m3 output 0 1 1, so we have to take x, y dash and z dash. We have to add x, y dash and z dash. So x dash plus y dash plus z dash. How many logic gates are required to implement this? First we have to do the ORing operation. So first OR gate for this operation, second OR gate for this operation, third OR gate for this operation, and fourth OR gate for this operation. So I require 4 OR gate, each of 3 inputs. Each OR gate should have a 3 inputs and one AND gate with 4 inputs. One AND gate with 4 inputs to implement this circuit. Okay, so hope you got the answer correctly. Let's move. What are the types of? Let's move. What are the types of the okay, so have you noticed that in this equation to implement the POS, the first layer is of OR gate and second layer is of AND gate. Let's see the detailed classification of the POS. So following are the types of POS: canonical POS, non-canonical POS and minimal POS. So let's see what is this canonical POS. In the canonical POS, it is also called as a standard form of the POS. Here all max terms for the output are low or false are ANDed. POS is defined as the product of its max terms. This is represented by the sign pi and all max terms are enclosed in the brackets. So see this, see here. M0, all 3 inputs are taken. For M1, all 3 inputs are taken. For M6 representation, all 3 inputs are taken. For M6, M7, all inputs are taken. Here, for each ORing operation, have considered all inputs. Okay, then it is called as a standard POS or canonical POS. Okay, so it requires a 4 3 input OR gate and 1 4 input AND gate to implement this circuit. Let's see what is the non-canonical form. Let's see the example. Here it is y is the max terms of M0 and M1. M0 means x plus y plus z and M4 means x dash plus y plus z. So I will multiply this x in this bracket, y in this bracket and z in this bracket. Expanding this bracket, I got x into x dash, xy plus xz plus x dash y plus yy. So suppose I start decreasing, suppose I start minimizing this circuit using the Boolean algebra. Finally, I am getting the y plus z. See that this was the equation initially, now it is minimized to y plus z. So it is called as a non-canonical form. Now it requires only two input OR gate. Hence it is called as the non-canonical SOP. It is the non-standardized form. The simplified max terms are odd and the result is ANDed. So here no AND gate is required because second term is absent. Only ORing is required. So this is reduce the number of logic gates required. Okay, let's see what is the minimal POS form. In the minimal POS form, the expression is very simplified one. It is developed through the Boolean theorems, whereas simplification is through the K-map. And it is preferred due to the minimal size, reduced development cost, minimum number of gates, input and quick response. So let us consider that I have output M0, M2, M6 and M7, x plus y plus z, x plus y dash plus z, x dash plus y dash plus z, x dash plus y dash plus z. So if I implement the K-map for this, in the next session we are going to see what is a K-map. So we have to group the zero combinations. So this is the one combination, this is the second combination, and this is the third combination. If I write down the equation, then this equation can be reduced as x plus z, y dash plus z, and x dash plus y dash. See, here 4 OR gates are required, each of 3 inputs. Now here 3 OR gates are required, each of 2 inputs, and only one AND gate of 3 inputs. Here one AND gate of 4 inputs are required. Okay, so you can see that number of logic gates is also reduced in the minimal POS form. So minimal POS can be obtained through the K-map designing. Okay, so let us summarize all the points. Product of sum is OR operation and ANDed together. In POS implementation, the first layer is OR and second layer is ANDed. The max term is the minimum combination of inputs are low, then the output will be low. And max term is used to form POS equation. Minimal POS form is reduced form of POS equation. Hope you understand this product of sum. In the next video, we are going to implement the digital circuit using the K-map. Okay, thank you. Thank you for patience of listening.